Hello everybody, welcome back for another episode here on the SMP. Last episode we worked on getting enchantments for all our gear, and well, we got everything we need. Pretty much all in that episode, though in between episodes I also collected a few extra enchantments for some of my extra stuff, like my sword and bow. Basically, we're all decked out and ready to get started on something, which is good because I want to get started on building something. But we don't have the resources to actually start building the main build that I want to build this season. So instead we're going to have to work on a different project, and I think this area around spawn here has kind of been mostly neglected for the last few weeks, and I kind of want to get back to this area. So I think we'll work on this area at least a little bit this episode, and the first thing I want to do is probably flatten that hill back behind this mangrove tree and create a little bit of terraforming because I like to terraform. But to flatten that hill in a timely manner, I think we're going to need a beacon. I don't have a beacon, so we'll need to go into the nether, kill some wither skeletons, do the whole beacon gathering thing. I already have plenty of iron from the iron farm, of course, but we need to kill some wither skeletons, so I don't know why I'm sitting here fishing. Let's go ahead and get to the nether. Alright, we're back, and I got everything I need, so now we just need a place to fight. And I don't feel like doing this legitimately, especially with mob creeping on, so I think we'll go down into the mines and cheese it. Thankfully, Jim Expelfar has already built a pretty nice tunnel down here, so we'll just follow this down and dig a little bit deeper and fight the wither down here. Alright, here we go. Alright, this is the hill over here that I want to flatten. I don't know if we'll actually get through all the terraforming in this episode, but we'll at least get the beacon put up over here. Let's get digging. Alright, we have flattened out this whole area, at least for the most part. It's not completely flat because I don't want it to be. We're going to be doing some terrain work here, of course, and I need a little bit of shape. We're gonna flow back into vanilla terrain and everything. It's gonna look nice eventually, even though right now it's just all stone. That's because I kind of don't know what I want to do for the rest of this episode. There's a couple of options here, and I don't have blocks to kind of finish this whole area. I mean, I do have grass, so I could just change it all to grass, but that's not really what I want to do. I think, well, we have a couple options. We have a farm over in the industrial area that we could build. We have some blocks that I need to get for this area, so we could go off on an adventure and explore. We could maybe just turn this all to grass, or mark out some of the paths and stuff that I need for this area. Maybe we do the adventure. I feel like we can go across the lands in search of cactus and a couple other things that I'll need. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Let me grab my mule and probably sleep, and we'll be off. This here is our first stop. We're going to need some drip leaf, so we'll be going under this tree to find a lush cave. Alright, we got pretty much everything we needed it from there. I've already gone back to the base and back to here a couple times because they're just really close. I think we'll empty our inventory and then head over to our next stop. Alright, this is stop 2. We don't have any dark oak wood yet, so just decided to go ahead and grab some while we're here. And we're off again. Alright, this is actually our last stop here. It's a desert. I needed scorched grass and also cactus for green dye, like I said earlier. Yeah, we'll be gathering some of these last things. There happened to be a village here, which is pretty convenient as well. I don't think there's anything I really need in here though. Well, we got pretty much everything we needed, and a few things we didn't, like this camel, and a bunch of sand and coral and stuff that we could probably get through other means, but I decided I would grab some stuff while I was here anyway, you know? So we got pretty much everything. I'm gonna head back. There's a few things that I couldn't actually end up getting because they're just too far away for the time that I have, such as pale oak. I just don't have the time to go and grab that, so we're gonna head back. Alright, here is the haul. We have quite a bit of coral and even more in this bundle. We have the cactus and dead grass and drip leaves and stuff. I actually don't need quite a few random things that I got. Like, I don't need dark oak right now, but it will come in handy later, I'm sure of it. Because, I mean, I'm going to be building so much stuff. I figured since we're already there, let's go ahead and grab some dark oak wood, you know? So, we got pretty much everything we need. Now, we just need to set up a nice farm for our cactus so that we can start getting some green dye. So, I think for a cactus farm, because we're going to need one for, you know, the cactus, I'll just make a quick one right here. We really don't need anything too big, because I mean, how much green dye am I actually gonna need? So we'll just build something quick in this little area, and it should work fine. This cactus farm design is at least 13 years old. This, what, who made this farm? Like, I can't trace it back further than that. So maybe it was made in 2012, but I'm just gonna put old on the sign. So I don't know. It's the most simple of cactus farm designs. The cactus grows. It can't grow next to a block, so it kind of breaks itself off, falls into the water, goes into a chest. Those 21 cactus were 21 I had before, so the farm isn't that fast or efficient. But I don't need it to be. I really don't. So we'll wait for that farm probably to do what farms do, and maybe collect some wood while we wait. You know what? Actually, different idea just happened. Let's plan out some of the things that I want to do in this area. I think that's gonna be a much more efficient use of our time. Let me go grab some wool, I guess. So what I want to do in this area is to kind of match this mangrove trees kind of thing that it has going on and build up more kind of swampy areas in this big flat area that we got going on over here. Now, I do have to remember that not all of this belongs to me. There's other people here. So we're going to make kind of natural barriers to kind of section off our area from everybody else's. So one of those is going to be a stream that goes through here, through this low area, and it connects back into this water right here. So everything on this side is something I will be able to build with probably. And then we'll have another stream probably connected to that first one. And that will go through here, and that will serve as a natural barrier back into vanilla terrain. So I won't have to terraform kind of this side of the river as much. So everything will kind of be sectioned off in this area will be mine here. I'll actually probably add a couple more little rivers or streams to kind of make a river delta looking area around here. So we'll need to be planning all those streams out, kind of spacing them in a way that makes it look kind of natural and nice, you know? So we'll have multiple streams going through this area. We'll of course have more mangrove trees as well in different spots, but I don't want too many, and I want certain areas that feel really open and grassy and still marshy and somewhere you probably wouldn't want to take a hike. So but something that looks really cool in this area. So yeah, let's just go ahead and throw some wool down and get planning. Well, we have all our wool kind of in place. I actually ran out of wool, so there's more planes probably that will make more sense to put in this area at some point, but I don't have the resources to do it right now. And we pretty much got everything anyways, so we don't really need anything else. We got paths laid out in this area to kind of show where certain walkways are going to be. There's one that goes over to spawn, which is over in that area. We have red, which is going to mark general area I want trees to be in. Now, these aren't going to be exact locations of trees because that would make a really dense forest in some spots, but some of them are, like this one standing in the water there. I think having a little tree there will be cool, but other places it's just pretty much a general area kind of thing. The water is also a sort of general area thing. The white wool kind of shows where I want the stream go and branch off. There's a couple places, some which are hard to see because of like the beacon and stuff, but there's a lot of places where there needs to be water. So I have wool just going all over the place here, so I think it all makes sense to me at least, and I think it'll look good once we have it actually built. Unfortunately, we have all these horses and a camel and some llamas in the way. That will have to be moved. Now, I don't have a build in mind for those, so I might just move them over there somewhere. I don't think anybody's going to be building over there. I might move them over to the industrial area. That'll probably work too. I don't really know. But we don't have time to move them today, unfortunately, because we're kind of out of time for this episode. We're pretty much done with everything I wanted to do though, so I think we'll end the video here. So thank you guys all for watching. God bless.